Difficulties with processing sensory input is quite common on the autism spectrum, and I struggle with that too. Where that intersects with my working life is when I'm at or even presenting workshops, lectures, etc., because I do that as part of my work, and I also, as a lifelong learner, attend many different things. The other day I was at a lecture, and as is often the case with a lecturer, they will check their sound, they will ask if everyone can hear them, and then make adjustments as required. That's usually something that I can manage, because I can go into a lecture, a workshop, etc., place myself in a position where I've got less distractions coming from behind me, and I can focus on the information coming from the front of me. So I like to position myself in a way that makes it more likely that I'm going to take on board what's being told. But where that goes awry is in the questions section. After the lecture, we had a few Q&As and people were asking questions, and I couldn't hear. There was probably 80 to 90% of it I couldn't hear. The 10 to 20% that I could hear, I couldn't necessarily process, because it was very difficult for me to hear and comprehend. I had no preparation or visual clues as to what was being said. I couldn't lip read because of where the people were. So being somebody who's been in that situation quite so often, and seeing how technology can help with that, my suggestion for any of these, and something that I'm going to take up when I'm running workshops of my own, is to have questions from the audience that are typed into a group chat, something like a WhatsApp group for the event, or some other app that you can get where you can type in your question as it comes to you, and then have a moderator who's situated at the front next to the speaker go through, pick those questions, because not only can it be really difficult to hear, some people don't articulate their question as a question or in a very concise way, and that can also cause problems and create a situation where there's growing frustration and misunderstanding amongst everybody. Now, for the people who can't write or have an impairment with that, the next thing that I thought about is that it would be fairly easy after the main event to structure in, or to cut the main event back a few minutes, structure in a quick break, and there could be people, or there can be facilitators available for people who have a question but can't access or put it into the chat, that they can have that transcribed for them. So that's what I've learned as somebody who's both disabled and running these things. Sensory inclusion is good for everyone, not just those of us who are on the spectrum. So hopefully you'll find one of these apps who can help you maintain your status as a lifelong learner and inclusive teacher.